Hey everyone, welcome back. So in this video we are going to understand another problem from the triangle type, right? There's largest triangle area 812. Okay, 812 question number from the Leetcode. The very first, the question is saying that given an array of points xy plane points where points at I is the pair of x and y, it will return we have to return the area of largest triangle that can be formed by three different points. We can have a bigger value, so we have to take the modulo for the actual answer will be accepted. Okay, let's talk about here. As you can see, this point in the orange color, it gives you an what? It gives you a triangle. So the area of triangle is what? We have to multiply their distance, right? So we know how to multiply, right? We will take 1 by 2 into base into height, we can say. And if you want to take the value, like let's suppose this is the height, this is the base, we can get the answer, right? So it means this height and base, if we keep moving ahead like this in the x direction and y in this direction, it means this triangle, let's suppose if I'll go one more in the y direction, we can make from here to here, right? If we'll make both, then it will become little bigger one. So it means if x and y axis are increasing, the area of triangle will be increasing. Okay, this is a very simple term that I can say. It means we have given a set of 2D points, as you can see here. So this is called a 2D points. Okay, and we have to pick 3 points to form a triangle. Let's call this at 0 0 is origin. Then we take this point is if this is 1 0, this is 2 0, we can say, and another we can take here, right? Like this. Let's call this is 0 1 0 2. Then we can say is 0 3 and 0 4, right? Similarly, like this we are increasing. If we will reach here and here, let's suppose for 2 0 and 0 2, if we will take this triangle points and this is 0 0, we can form, we have pick out 3 points and we can form a triangle. So so we have to compute its area, and we'll do this for all the possible triplets that we can get for the here. Let's suppose for this one, then we'll increase this one. So whatever we have given in the points, right, we have to pick the 3 points, we can form the triangles, and we'll do for all the possible triangles, triplets, we can say that. Okay, so there is a combinations of the possible triplets, and so there is, when the combination comes, it will give you many answers, right? Many possible triangles, we can say that. In that case, what we need to do is we have to use your brain, and you can say, okay, we have to find the possible outcomes. What are the possible triangles, right? And if there is multiple values, there is a chance that our answer will not match. In that case, you have to take the modulo of 10 to the power minus 5, you can say that. Okay, this is what we need to do. I hope you understand, right? So if 3 points are collinear, the area is what? 0, right? Because if all these 3 points at the same point, right, means it's become 0. So those things we have to also keep in mind for our understanding. So what I'm trying to say, let's suppose for this case, right, if all are a linear means what? All the 3 points at the same point, right? If 3 points are collinear, means both are at the same places, right? Means that they cannot form any lines in that case, right, with respect to each other. And that case, it will give you the area is 0, right? How? Because we know how we are calculating the area. So let's understand. If you remember the vector cross product, right, where we used to use the area, let's call the area is, we use 1 by 2. If there is 3 points is there, let's call x1 y1 sorry, we can take this one x1 y1 right? This is x2 y2 and this is your x3 y3. Okay, if these are the distances, then how we are going to calculate? We'll say, okay, x2 minus x1 give me the first, we can say, then y3 minus y1, we can say, okay, then do minus y2 minus y1, and then you will multiply by x3 minus x1, right? This is what we need to do when we go for the vector cross product, or you can say SULAS, right? This is also called SULAS. So if you are using this way, means if the 3 points is at collinear, it means the area is nothing but what? 0. Otherwise, if it is not collinear, you will find some value for the area. Based on what you have to find, let's talk about if the area is smaller one. If we are increasing, then this will increase. If both are increasing, it will increase. So the triangle will be increased, as you can see, right? This triangle is the bigger triangle, right? As per our here understanding, right? So these points we have given, we will choose the value and we'll say, okay, we are going to choose the value. It means what? These are the possible triangles and this triangle is bigger triangle. Let's try to understand here. So for example, if we talk about this example, let's name these values. Let's suppose you have given is 0, 0 you have given. So this point we will call A. Okay. So this point, or you can take here A, we can take it's a B, we take at C, we take at D, and then we take at E. So these are the points we have given. So we'll say, okay, A, B, 0, 1, okay, then C, then we can take what? 0, 2, this is D, and this is E. Like this we can say that. Understands, right? This is what we have given, right? And if you represent this, we can form this one. Okay, so this we have given and we have to implement. Give me 1 second. So I'm just thinking that we have this one, so we will scale it and it will look like this one, right? We can say that. So in the x direction, if you have seen, we have got what? A, that is 0, 0. Then we have a C, it is going on the y direction, but another we are getting is, let's call 0, 1 and 0, 2. So we have B is in 0, 1, and we have D is 0, 2. So these are all the x-axis, and A, C and E, we can say A is the common, so we'll say C and E are in the y directions. Okay, so this is what we have given. Let's talk the largest one. We can say that if we want to find the largest one, I will choose this one, A, 0, 0, then we'll take D is 2, 0, and then we'll take this one is E, 2, 0. So if we will use these 3 points, right, to form the largest triangle, as we can see easily, we can form it, right? So the base can be along the x-axis, we know that, and or in the y directions. So these are called, either we'll take this base here or we can take this base here, right? So think of a triangle, right triangle, we can say this is our right triangle, right, with a leg 2 and 2. We know the right triangle, right? So this is our right triangle where its length is 2 and 2. We can say 2, its length is 2, and this length is also 2. So what is the area here, right? We'll say area is the base into height, that we know that base into height. Base into height. So if we'll multiply base into height and we'll divide by 2, it should come what? 2 into 2 by 2, and this is nothing but 2, and this is our answer is coming, right? So this way we can understand, okay, this way we have to find the area. It means how we are going to write the code. Okay, so very first we'll take 3 pointers, I, then ij and k, right? Ij and k, because we need the triplets to form the triangle, right? So I, we will start, we can say I should go to the, let's suppose if it is going to n minus 3, then j should go to what? It should start from I plus 1, it will go to n minus 2. Then we'll say, okay, then k will go to j plus 1 until it should go what? N minus 1, right? This is what we will make, and after that we will compute this area, where we will pass the compute function I, j and k. We need this I and j and k. If we pass this compute, we can compute this area. Okay, let's understand how to do this. So what is our intuition, guys? Very first, if you talk about the area of triangle is ABC, right, is a half of the magnitude of the cross product of vector, let's suppose AB and AC. So we can just try all the 3 points combination and we'll keep the maximum, right? So we have given constant R, which is very tiny, up to the 50 points, right? So the brute force is perfect and it will find for the simplest problem, right? Because this is an easy problem, so this will work for us, right? So what we need to do, let's talk about the steps to implement. Okay, very first, the step 1 we can say is guys, loop over all the triplets. Can we say that? So very first we loop over the triplets, and these triplets is nothing but I, j and k. So if we will use a triplet I, j and k, right, so we can calculate the area, right? So we'll say, okay, compute the area will be the double, so we'll say, okay, double area, and by how? We can say via a product of we can say we will take the absolute value, and absolute value of, let's call bx, right, bx minus ax. Can we say that? Because we are taking the absolute value, right? Then we can multiply, we can say is c, we can say cy minus a y. We will take these points we will take, right? So we'll say, okay, once we will multiply this, after this we need to do minus, right? So after that we'll say, okay, by minus ay. Once this is done, multiply cx minus ax. Understanding? This is what we need to compute in the step 2, we can say, right, guys? Then in step 3, what we should do, we will track the maximum, right? So we'll say, okay, track the maximum, and if everything goes good, divide by 2.0, right, at the end. Okay, so let's try to implement here. Very first I will go for n, and we'll say, okay, we have given these points dot length, we can get it. Then we'll say, okay, take a double, and this is called our best, and best will become what? 0.0. Can we say that? And we'll take a for loop, as I told you. Very first we'll start int I, let's call from 0, and we'll go I should be less than n, and I plus plus. Can we say that? Then we'll say, okay, if we are iterating, find the A. So we'll say, okay, the points of A we can take from the points. We can say, okay, points at I, we can get all the points, correct? Similarly, we'll do for J, int J, which is at I plus 1, and it should be less, we can take directly less than n and I plus plus, J plus plus, right? And similarly, we'll find the, we can say array B points how from the points. I hope you are understanding, guys, right? If you have any doubt, you can ask me the question in the comment. Let's take for int K will start at J plus 1 and K should be less than M and K plus plus, correct? You know what you need to do. Int, we can say, give the array, give me a second. So we know that what you need to do, we'll find similarly points at K, and we'll get it. Okay, now we have to find the area. In the step 2, this is what we have done, loop over we have done. In next step, as you can see, we have to compute the double area by product, right? So let's try to find it. So we'll say, okay, we have to find the double, and we'll say let's call area, and area we have to find. Okay, so we'll say, okay, so we'll say, okay, so area maybe yeah, how we'll find? We'll say, okay, math dot absolute value of two things. Very first, we'll take absolute value of what? Let's call, I'll take the combinations of very first B0 minus A0. Fine. If, because the 2 points will be there in A, B and C, right? 0, 1. So we'll first find 0 at X, means for the X, and 1 at Y. So we'll get this one. Okay. Similarly, we have to typecast first. Let's call it's a double, right? We have to typecast, and then we have to multiply with C1 minus A1. Okay, then we will do minus, and similarly we'll find for B, right? We can take this part, we can take, we'll make a changes, little changes. Okay, very first we'll take 1 here, this will also become 1, this is your double, and we'll say this time become what? 0, and this will become also 0. I hope you're understanding. I have already minus, right? Once this is done, so we'll find the area. After this, the best we have to track, and for that we'll say, okay, math dot max, because that is the area we have found, but now we have to find the best, we have to track the best. So we'll say, okay, best, we'll say area by 2.0, we can say that. Okay, once these are done, you just need to do what? After this loop, you will return, right? Return the best. Let's submit this. Oh, I should combine this first. So working fine, right? It's very easy problem, don't need to worry. What we have done in very simple steps, we have loop over all the triplets, and we have compute the product, right? Vector product, and then we have track the maximum, right? And to do that, we have taken how we have iterated I, J and K. We have found all the points, because at each point A, B and C points will contain X and Y, right? So 3 points we have got all the times, and we have calculated all the area of the triangles, and then we have found the best triangle, and then we have returned our answer. Okay, this is what we need to do. There are other approaches that you can also try, like convex hull rotating calipers and hull ternary operators and the monotonic advance for the third points. So those operations you can apply. Even you can apply the hystrix formula, right? You can apply where you can use that extreme points by x and y farthest pair, and you can implement it. Let me know in the comments direction that you want to implement. Otherwise, this questions is good for you, this solution is good for you. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. If you need any suggestion, help, and if you want the structure way of learning by me, and the one-to-one directions you want to understand, you want to go for one-to-one session or the daily wise tracking the preparation, let me know in the comment section. You can get from the comment my WhatsApp number, and you can call me. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.